Hey there, entrepreneurs, business owners, and coaches. Welcome back. My name is Yvonne, and I'm a certified business and finance coach, really helping entrepreneurs and small business owners build their dream business and achieve financial freedom. So if you want to learn more about building wealth, growing your business, and achieving financial mastery, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a topic that every entrepreneur is really curious about, and that is how can you increase your income? Now, this is part 2 of the 2-part series, and I'm going to be sharing an additional 5 proven strategies and action items for you to begin. So it's a total of 10 income increasing strategies. So grab your coffee, notebook, and let's get started. So yesterday, we talked through the first 5 points, and the first one, if you remember, was diversifying our revenue streams. I have got some notes here, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. The second one we reviewed was upselling and cross-selling. The third was expanding your target market. The fourth was leveraging digital marketing strategically. And the fifth one was increasing your price strategically. So now let's do a deep dive in points 6 through 10. The 6th way you can increase your income as an entrepreneur, small business owner, is developing passive income streams. So passive income, really, you got to look at it as a game changer. Imagine getting paid for work you've already done. You can make money in your sleep. And that really is a dream come true. You can do this by repurposing your expertise into scalable products and using platforms like Udemy or Amazon for distribution. For example, maybe you're a chef and you can create a recipe ebook and sell your recipes through this property, right? This intellectual property that's your ebook, and that you can continue to make repeat sales while you continue to do what you do best and what you love, which is being a chef. So I want you to take this example and start really getting creative about how you can incorporate this in your product or service business. Or maybe a photographer, right? A photographer that maybe goes and does wedding photography, etc. Maybe you can sell certain stock photos online and really generate income, that passive income that way. You see, so it doesn't matter what industry you're in, there's always an opportunity. All you need to do is just take a few moments and really start expanding your awareness and really tap into the possibilities. So the action step for you right now is I want you to begin thinking about what's one way you can develop a passive income stream to increase your income. So I don't want you to worry about the budgeting or the cost of it or why it's not possible. Now is not the time to think about what's not possible. Now is the time to think of what's possible. If you took the time to tune in to this particular training, it's for a reason. You're being called to something. So I want you to remove those limitations and those caps and just start to dream again and get those creative and imaginative juices flowing. And really, within this container of this training, there's no limits. Okay? So remove those limitations and at least give me 20 minutes of your time of not thinking in terms of limits, but thinking in terms of possibilities. And then after these 20 minutes, guess what? You can go back to, thinking in terms of your limits. But for right now, you can park that, okay? And that's just to benefit you and help you and serve you, because I know too, I get caught up in that. So let's move on to point 7. Point 7 is you want to increase your income through expanding your network. Well, what I mean by that? Well, they say that your network is your net worth. And that's very true. You see, networking opens doors you didn't even know existed. And not only that, there's something called a morphogenetic field. And it's almost like the hive mind, if you will. Maybe you've heard of it that way. But that morphogenetic field really, and another way you may have heard of it is groupthink, because I know in corporate that term resonates with a few. So groupthink, hive mind, or the morphogenetic field, these are all terms that describe what happens when a group of people come together, and then that just elevates their consciousness, right? The high tide raises all boats. That's another one, right? That's another phrase that really brings home the fact that as we associate and surround ourselves with people that have a certain type of consciousness, so too we tune in to that frequency that they're on, and then we calibrate, right? We recalibrate to that. In fact, there are studies of those that are low performers being put in groups of high performers, and what those dynamics look like. Of course, that changes and shifts based on who is the majority and who's the minority in that particular group. I'll give you another example. I'm learning to play the violin, and my violin instructor, so I take classes every week, just about 30 minutes to an hour of violin training, and I'm learning so much. And one thing that I'm learning is how musical instruments, when you're playing together, they somehow sync up and get in tune together as well. So there's a lot of music theory on that. And so there is a lot of truth. So what am I saying? There's a lot of truth and value in being very particular and aware of the people we surround ourselves with. It's also a scriptural principle. Bad associations spoil useful habits, and that's in Corinthians. And so it's also spiritual, or scriptural rather. So anyway, networking opens doors you didn't even know existed. So you can do this by attending maybe industry events and webinars, or collaborating with complementary businesses. So for example, maybe you're a florist and you can partner with wedding planners to really create exclusive packages. And see, by partnering up with these complementary businesses, that really helps you to expand your profits and your revenue and profit margins, just because of your networking. Or a tax consultant collaborates with financial advisors to share referrals. And so that really happens a lot. Or a real estate agent, and you're networking. And so you're able to also expand your network and to other service providers that are complementary, and that really expands your reach. So when networking, I will say this as a caveat, when networking and building relationships, consistently prioritizing giving value over receiving is very highly effective. And it's an effective strategy because what it's going to do is it's going to build strong, mutually beneficial connections. So it's not about, I'm going to be networking now so that I can take from others, right? Or so I can improve myself. Yes, that's certainly a part of it. But don't come in with that mindset. Come in with the mindset of, hey, I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm around like-minded people. How can I serve? How can I help? And see, that approach is going to emphasize a sense of mutual benefit and encourage others to really trust you, because you're not just networking with them, to them to take something from the relationship, but rather to contribute and share. And that's going to lead to a more valuable and sustainable network, because people can sense that. Okay? So when I say giving to your network, it can be very simple. It can be sharing resources, connecting people to opportunities, providing advice, maybe helping, or just simply being a good listener and validating someone. when what their point is, when you can understand their point. So now for this particular piece, the action step for you is I want you to begin thinking about one way that you can expand your network to increase your income. Now that may very well be attending maybe a real estate seminar in your local community. And I'll also encourage you, I know that a lot of times people are doing things online, but bonus points if you strive to be present personally, right, in person, and an in-person event that you can go to that really expands your network. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, again, in your area. It could, in your particular service area, it could be in a very different frame. For instance, I went to I go to Eventbrite. It's an app that tells you all of the events in your local area, Eventbrite. And also meetup.com is another good one. Anyways, so I decided to join a breathwork event in my area locally, and I had such an experience. And so they meet every 2 weeks, and so I often go to that breathwork event, and slowly that tuned my curiosity towards sound healing and that modality around sound healing and the power of frequency. Well, we all, just like Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the laws of the universe, think in terms of frequency and vibration, right? Sound, frequency, and vibration, energy, frequency, and vibration, because that's all we are, right? It's energy at a subatomic level. It's just, it's not even particles, which is Newtonian. We're actually waves, right? So this quantum, not to get into that, but what's my point? My point is that introduced another area of interest to me, and possibly I'll be getting certified in sound healing and really understanding that, because if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of, right, energy, frequency, and vibration. So that's what we're going to do. And really that expanded me to be able to make really nice build relationships with those in that frame of mind. And I'm really excited about what's going to come of that. So if you are a coach, for instance, maybe if you're a business coach and you're just really focusing on this one thing, or a finance coach, or a law of attraction coach, or whatever types of coaching, or consulting, and you're in this one area, don't get stuck in that one area, because there can be other modalities. For instance, there's a modality on a nervous system, right? Or Psych K, or understanding energy work. And so that can be in the periphery so that it can serve, further augment and support your services, because now you're coming from more depth of understanding. And that will certainly increase the quality of service that you can provide to your clients. So really start thinking outside the box. Okay, so let's go to point 8 in how to increase your income as an entrepreneur or small business owner, and that is automate and optimize your current processes. So as a Six Sigma Black Belt certified, that's what I've done and I did in corporate. Really look at the current system process, current work processes, flow that out. Right? I had a team that would flow that out, business analysts, and work with the business to say, okay, where are there opportunities to really streamline this and be more efficient. So, time is money. So let technology even do the heavy lifting. Now with the power of AI, there's a lot of opportunity to leverage there if you so choose to open yourself up to change and training up in those new skills. Again, that keeps coming up. So now you can do this by using automated tools for repetitive tasks. and maybe streamlining your operations. So, for example, maybe a coach can automate their webinar reminders. And an e-commerce store maybe can use chatbots for customer service. I know a lot, I'm sure you're seeing that too, that those chatbots are actually getting better and better to really identify your needs. And now how can you incorporate that in your business so that you're not stuck doing these types of tasks or hiring that out, but you can use technology to really cut those costs and be more efficient. So now the action item for you in this step is, I want you to begin thinking about one way that you can automate and optimize your business processes to increase your income. Again, don't stop yourself thinking in terms of your limitations. Let's brainstorm here. And again, if you need any help or support in any one of these areas to support you in strategizing, to building a strategy to increase your income, to streamline your work processes, to seek ways to automate, networking advice, anything like that, please feel free to reach out. There's a link in the description below. At this time, I am doing one-on-one coaching. So take a look and see which package works best for you, and I'll be happy to support you in your journey. That's what I'm here for, okay? And so now let's move on to point 9, and that is invest in personal development. Your growth is the best investment you're ever gonna make. And you can do this by taking courses to learn new skills, and maybe hiring a coach or a mentor. And as I mentioned before, that's how I've been able to also grow in my career, and that's through strategically leveraging coaching and mentoring so that it fast tracks my way to success. And you can do that too. Now, any training you take is also tax deductible. So consider that when you're taking training. It's important to always stay on top of things, especially as technology is going to continue to move fast. So put yourself a goal, set yourself a goal. Maybe every quarter, right? You have take a new training on to build your skill sets. Or a couple times a year, some strategy that you can use that always ensures that you're learning and growing. You are your greatest investment. So for example, my course Financial Freedom Accelerator Academy helps small business owners and entrepreneurs to gain the tools and strategies to get out of debt, to save more money, and to learn to invest. Now, this is a curated experience that helps them with identity shift, with the identity shift necessary to get to that next level in their business. And so I offer my clients the opportunity to enroll in that Accelerator Academy to start seeing accelerated results. Also, I offer personal one-on-one coaching packages, like I just mentioned, to help my clients achieve personal growth, to help them with identifying strategies. So sometimes when you're in your business, you could only see at a certain purview, but sometimes you need someone to help you with a bird's eye view, to see the forest from the trees, and to give you a different perspective, especially from someone that's been able to speak across different industries and can see with a broader perspective. Certainly not the depth that you have, right? But can help you with the breadth and to work with you and partner with you so that you're able to transform and get that personal transformation to unlock your full potential. So let's move on to point 10. And the 10th way that you can increase your income as an entrepreneur is explore reoccurring revenue models. So what I mean by that is predictable income. What you want to do is have a reoccurring revenue that means predictable income. And you can do this by offering maybe memberships or retainers or subscriptions, and really focusing on building long-term relationships. So for example, maybe a therapist can offer ongoing group coaching sessions to those that maybe took on their services, but maybe need additional maybe accountability and to stay up to speed in their new behavioral patterns. So as a therapist, you may say, okay, you know what? We've gone through the whole gamut of therapy, and I think you've reached a good level in your sessions and in your awareness and behavioral changes. Now I have this ongoing group coaching sessions that you may be a fit for, just for ongoing support. You see how that works? Now, this is an example for you to look at your industry. How can you continue to serve and support your customers and clients in a bigger way? So there you have it. 10 strategies to increase your income as an entrepreneur. Which one are you excited to try? I'd love to hear your comments on that. Now remember, the key to growth is action. So if you're ready to take your income to the next level, certainly, as I mentioned before, I have my course, my Financial Freedom Accelerator Academy, where I'm going to walk you through every step to unlock your path to financial freedom. So if you're ready to stop surviving and finally start building real wealth, that program is for you. And inside, you're going to get the step-by-step roadmap to break free from debt, to grow your savings, to start investing with confidence, no guesswork, no fluff. This is not for everyone. This is an exclusive, curated experience for those that are really ready to level up, to take ownership of their life and get to that next level with an identity shift. So doors are open now. So if you're serious about mastering your money and creating lasting financial mastery, join me today and transform your financial future. The link is in the description box. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content that helps you thrive in business. And share this training content with your fellow entrepreneurs and business owners. Like I mentioned before, share it with your network. When you share valuable content with others, that again, that's that high tide that raises all boats, right? So they can also benefit from the great ideas shared here, and also maybe be in a position where you can have an accountability partner and talk through these things together. Oceans of love and light. I'll see you on the next one.